Welcome to the mixed up world of John Swinney. Now, John Swinney is considering a social media ban for children. Okay, that's debatable. That might be a good thing, might be supportive of that. There are a lot of online harms related to social media. But how does this possibly make sense alongside the fact that he endorses pornography to children? Because the message in the rshp.scot sex education resources that John Swinney himself personally endorses and promoted, well, the message is that pornography is fine, it's normal, and it's okay. Just watch this.
Sometimes when you're on the internet, you might accidentally or intentionally end up on a website that features pornography, sometimes called porn. Being curious about sex and looking at pictures or films of naked bodies or people engaging in sexual behaviors is perfectly normal.
Another thing from a lesson plan, top 10 things to remember about pornography. It's okay to have sexual feelings and to enjoy your body when you masturbate. That's the thing to remember about pornography. And this is John Swinney's message to 12 to 15-year-olds. So in wanting to ban children from social media, what does he want to protect them from? Well, obviously not pornography. I mean, what's John Swinney thinking? Is he thinking, I don't want the kids finding their sexually explicit material on social media. I'd rather they went straight to Pornhub. I mean, what is he saying? As far as I'm concerned, pornography is one of the worst online harms we want to protect children from. But John Swinney, it just seems absolutely all over the place. Okay, right, here's another one. So John Swinney is considering a law against choking strangulation as a sexual act because of the various dangers associated with it, obviously. Right, what do I think about that? Is he right? Well, very possibly. Yeah, that's well worth considering. But already the rough sex defence has been eliminated in law because what used to happen is someone would end up injured and they say, they consented, so it was okay. And that defence doesn't apply anymore. To be honest, I think that might lead to some injustices. I mean, to use an analogy, let's say boxing. Let's say two people agree to have a boxing match. Then they box. One of them gets punched and then goes along to the police and says, look, he hit me. Look, I'm injured. Obviously, that's not fair, is it? But on the other hand, it would be possible for someone to say, okay, let's have a boxing match, and then to use that as an excuse to really batter someone. Okay, so if they're going to say, well, boxing's no defence, would it not be better to just ban boxing, maybe? But what comes out from this is consent is not enough, because the message in Scottish education in particular is that when it comes to sex, all that matters is consent. If the people consent, doesn't matter how old or whatever, then if they consent, that is absolutely fine. But that obviously isn't true, and John Swinney is acknowledging that to some degree. But in terms of this strangulation thing, what it comes down to basically is values. It's a values issue. Because choking strangulation as a sexual activity, that's a perversion. It's a perversion. Sex should be loving and intimate, not some sort of depraved, exotic craving. So John Swinney, is he right to look at maybe a law against strangulation as a sexual activity? Well, yeah, maybe that makes sense. But what does he teach children? What does he want teaching in schools? Well, he wants them teaching that bondage, another sexual perversion, is absolutely fine.
Finally, what about light bondage? Well, only 40% have tried it. Wait, that's actually quite a lot.
Again, note the at the end as if, hey, you might well want to give this a go, might you, kids? This is again from John Swinney's Sex Education Resources, again promoting a perversion that is equally open to abuse. I mean, bondage, how many ways could that go wrong if you've got an unpleasant character involved? Well, an awful lot. Do remember, bondage, normally it's included in BDSM, so it's closely related to other sorts of activities which obviously are inherently abusive, I would say. So John Swinney here is promoting one dangerous sexual perversion while simultaneously claiming to try to tackle another. So what we see with John Swinney is just flailing around, being influenced by isolated campaigns, whatever someone's spoken into his ear most recently. But what he hasn't got is a set of solid, consistent values from which to stand and judge these issues and to take appropriate action in a consistent manner, in particular to protect children and young people. If you agree with me, you agree with the Scottish Family Party, and if you want to see consistent, strong values in Scottish politics, you need to support us. So join us right now. There's a link below, and thanks for watching.